9. The monster pulled me close. I stared up into his hideous face and gasped. His eyes were deep, dark pools with tiny worms swimming in them. I twisted my head away so I wouldn't have to stare into those horrible, wormy eyes. The creature gripped me tighter. His hot, sour breath swept over my cheeks. He opened his jaws wide. His mouth was filled with bugs. I saw them crawling up and down his tongue. I screamed and struggled against the monster's hold, but he clutched me too tightly. "Let me go!" I shrieked. "Please!" The monster bellowed in reply, hitting me with a blast of his hot breath. "He smells like a swamp," I realized as I fought against his grasp. "He is a swamp. He's like a living swamp." Like Swamp Thing? No, not quite. No, Swamp Thing is really much worse than that. With my free hand, I pounded on the creature's arm. I nearly gagged when I felt the moss. His whole body was covered with a layer of wet moss. "Let me go!" I pleaded. "Please, let me go!" Clark leaped forward. He grabbed my arm and tried to tug me away. "Leave her alone!" he shrieked. Charlie charged out of his corner. His lip curled back and he let out a low snarl. Then he sank his teeth into the monster's hairy leg. Startled, the monster jerked away, dragging me along with him. But Charlie wouldn't give up. I glanced down to see him dig his teeth deep into the monster's foot. With a growl, the beast raised his foot, and with one fierce shake, he hurled Charlie across the room. "Charlie!" I cried out. "Charlie!" I heard Charlie whimper on the other side of the room. "He's okay," Clark said breathlessly. He tugged harder on my arm, trying to wrestle me free. With another angry growl, the beast swung at Clark, shoved him hard against the wall. Then the monster leaned down and pulled me up to his face. He opened his mouth. His disgusting, bug-infested tongue rolled out, and he licked me. Licked in bold caps. He ran his hot, bumpy tongue up and down my arm. Then he lowered his enormous teeth as he prepared to chew off my hand.